yardage.
On first down, Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
So now it's third and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at the 20. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. First and 15. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. It's a 5-yard pickup, so essentially they get the penalty yardage back, and it's back to 2nd and 10. On second down, here's Carr. He's going to air one out. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Carr. And that is incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That's taken it around the 40. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And the Raiders have got him. Melvin Ingram. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Throwing now is Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a curtain on that play.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. On 3rd and long, it's Carr, and he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Mahomes going to throw. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Here's Mahomes to throw. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
It's Kelsey on the ground. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Over the middle, complete. That's Malone. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail! Slow!
Throwing is Mahomes on third. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really competent throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at about the 32. Now after the INT, it's Carr. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a gain of 7, and it's a second down.
24. Hey. 29.
From the gun, it's Carr. And that's incomplete. He was looking to hit his running back, Le'Veon Bell, that time. And it's 3rd and short.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Hey, 7:34. Hey.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Low. Go Chief.
They go play action here on 1st down. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here slow to get up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
We're good.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Go. 694. 637.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. As his guys are in for 6. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects, and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The return man is Grant. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. He's got a man. Complete. That one goes for 36 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. To throw, it's Mahomes. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
First catch there for Hill, and he's got a first down. Mahomes now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Now here's Mahomes. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And now here come the Raiders. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone. And
just think of what it's like now on the sideline because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're
looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down at the 28. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Mahomes. This will be caught inside the 10. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Kevin White, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
6-18.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
7:34. 8:08. Hey, 7:34.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Here we go. 8:08. Hey. White. 7:34. Go Chief. It's a hot. Go. Get set.
To throw on 2nd down. Carr. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Go Chief. White. It's hot. Hey. Go Chief.
Shotgun now for Carr. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, but when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
On 1st down, Carr. He completes it to Peak. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. Carr to throw again. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Would have put him in the lead, but hold that thought.
Yeah, the celebration had to stop, didn't it? Because now you're on a real uptick. You're in the lead. Instead, you're still behind. Have to find a way to regroup.
694. 618. 24. What's up? Hey.
Again, it's Carr. And this is Clark. It's Cooper. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So it's first and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Now Carr again. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. So that'll back them up 5. Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on second and goal. Again, they'll throw with Carr. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Intended that time for Cooper. Likely time for one final snap as they start out first and 10. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now Carr throwing on second down. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 33. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Mahomes now on first down. And he completes it to Hunt. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. On second down, here's Mahomes. That one is caught by Hunt. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, his 6th touchdown of the season. And thanks to the interception, the Chiefs offense cashes in with 6. Sturgis adds the PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Raiders. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Carr going to throw. He gets him here to peek. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. Ito Smith, his first carry. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Well, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A first down carry for Smith. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. On play action, now Carr. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Gronkowski, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving. That's on the big guard, Gabe Jackson. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. Now a play fake. Carr. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field on an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out and following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
7:34.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Peke's got it over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Here's Carr to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. They have certainly looked his way in this 3rd quarter. Another catch, and it's good for a 1st down. Carr now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield and spilling everything.
The quick slant caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They've got another 1st down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They come out here in the eye. And Carr's going to keep it himself. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Derek Carr, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 38. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. Now in KC. It's the Chiefs with a lead. The Chiefs on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got a lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
694. Go Chief. White. What's up?
Play action. Now it's Carr. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On third down, that's Marshall, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. And a loss of 3 to bring up fourth. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Now Carr, got to have this one. And Thomas has it. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Raiders try it on fourth down, but to no avail. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ace! Ace! Z! Hey, watch it! Watch it! Z! Ace! Ace! Slow!
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is caught. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Sturgis for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 27.
7:34. Hey, 7:34.
On play action, it's Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And now it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
7:34. Purdue. 6:37.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. And with the play clock counting down towards 0, Todd Bowles will take a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Caught here by Conley. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Mahomes to throw on second down. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A very solid gain of 27. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. The Chiefs on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Mahomes. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Ryan Kerrigan with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's Carr, and his throw is incomplete. Looking for his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Throwing his car on 3rd down. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 32. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a KC touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Sturgis adds the PAT, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
29.
Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. He got 29 yards that time. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
694. Go Chief.
On first down, Carr goes underneath for Bell. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it a second down. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this.
You got 4. 808. 12's the mic. Go, go. Get set, get set.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Marshall. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will shave one more off this lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. To return it is Corey Grant. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. He's got his man on the crossing route. And that one results in 35 yards.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hill. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Mahomes going to throw it here. And Hill with it over the middle. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's...
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great play there with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Now Sturgis on to add the extra point. Sturgis for the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the gun, it's Carr. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But
and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well at hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Carr. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them.
29.
One final try now for Carr. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion.